Hi beloved, so here we are again. It's been a little while since I've done a video. What to say? Well, it's intense. At the moment I'm just finding out that I'm not going to go back to India on August the 5th on the flight. Flights are not flying, and also it's not really intelligent to go into a country that has got high problems with the virus that's happening at the moment. And also I don't have health insurance there, so I think it's intelligent for me to stay here. So I'm staying here in Australia just now. And there's been a lot of, it's been very intense time. We've had eclipses and full moons and all sorts of things. So it's been quite intense. And a lot has been clearing through me. Often waking up with tears or sadness and then getting on and moving in my day. And actually everything shifts. But also allowing this space to be there, allowing this emotion, which has... doesn't really have a story attached to it. It's not about anything. It's just something that's releasing from the body. Whether it's my own or collective, I don't know, but it's there. And so I'm taking this one step at a time, and just being here and now. And I see that's really all we can do. Go again and again into ourselves, become, in a way, independent, and finding that juice inside, so that then we can really truly meet with another, because we're not so needy of them. And in that we can all start to share and be more kind and more considerate of each other, more loving with each other. It really is important in these times to allow yourself to have the experience of really coming into a space where you really know yourself, where you just fall in love with yourself, and you are ready to look at all those little corners and places that are not so clear and that are hiding all wounds and things like that. They all come up in this time. When I did Vipassana retreat for 10 days, I was surprised. I was helping in that group. I was surprised to see how many people had difficulty when they went into silence for any length of time. Obviously in Vipassana retreat we are just sitting and watching the breath and walking and watching the feet. And basically we're not doing much else. I mean, we're eating and moving, but basically for a number of days we are being with ourselves. With a group, but with ourselves. Being held at that time by Shunyo and Gopal, and I was one of the helpers, which was such a great gift to be in that situation, because of course then I was in the Vipassana retreat as well. I was also doing some of the practical things, but that was very easy, also staying in the space. And I was surprised at how many people had difficulty and when they had to face themselves. So I can understand in this virus that people are having difficulty. I was very surprised that, and so I think was Gopal, that I actually was very easy with the Vipassana retreat. It was very natural for me, and I didn't have this, I just really enjoyed it. It was just fantastic. I just found it so simple and so easy and so peaceful and wonderful. I remember him having me for an interview in the process just to check, and I remember him saying to me, and he said, "How are you?" And I said, I'm just really loving it. I'm fantastic. I feel so blessed. And I was so bouncy and happy. And he looked at me and said, he obviously had an expectation. He said to me, "Oh, I thought you would have difficulty because you're such a sociable person." And I looked at him, and Chunyo was there also. And she had a small smile on her face, sitting there. And I said, "It's really interesting. Because when I'm speaking and when I'm with people, I'm speaking and I'm with people. But when I'm silent and with myself, I'm silent. It's not there's not a lot going on, I can do that very easily. I suppose because like when Osho discovered gibberish, I don't know if you know the story, or the story I heard was that he had a very good friend who was always talking with him. And whenever they went anywhere, he was always talking and talking and talking. And then one day he came along to one of Osho's groups where he was giving satsang. And of course he had to be quiet because he wasn't in a friendship, just a day-to-day connection. He was actually in satsang, so he had to sit quietly. And as I remember the story, and I'm shortening it, I'm sure, this friend actually eventually got up and ran out of the place, ran away. And Osho actually went after him and said, "What's happening? What's happening?" And he said, "Well, I just went into such a space of nothingness." Because for the first time he wasn't speaking or allowed to speak. And this is, I think, when Osho understood that gibberish was very useful for people. That if you did gibberish, then you could gibber and do all your gibbering. And then when you were sitting, you were ready to sit silently. So this is a fantastic thing. So I think that's where gibberish, or the idea of gibberish, came for him. I gibber anyway when I'm with people, as most of my friends will know. I can talk, and that is a Suchira gift as I see it. But when I am silent and with myself, I'm very silent. There isn't a lot running in my mind. There is a moving when needing to move or do something, but it's not constant. I suppose this is the blessing that has crept in over the years of doing meditations and not even formal meditation so much. My meditation is Vipassana, is sitting, and also doing the Tibetan pulsing where we were working on people, so we had to go into focusing on the heartbeat. But if you're going to do gibberish, even if you do 5 minutes of gibberish, you can use the whole body, you can use everything, you can use your mind, your face, your things, you can beat a pillow, you can whatever. Set your alarm. If you do 5 minutes, then do 5 minutes sitting. And whatever time of gibberish you do, make sure you do an equal amount of sitting silently. And as you clear out the rubbish, you will find that there is space within you to allow existence to be talking to you or to speak to you and give you insights. I always see Vipassana actually as an insight meditation, because as you relax and the mind and keep the body still for a while and you keep it very simple, you find that often existence starts talking to you and you start getting a deeper insights into yourself and also into many things. So this meditative practice is very useful. And then you find you bring it just into the day-to-day of your life. So Osho gibberish is very good. There is also another one called Devavani, which is actually it's like a child gibberish. If you're in a place where you can't make a lot of noise because you have neighbours or whatever. And in that, if you look up Devavani, you should be able to find that online. And it's where you do child gibberish. So you speak as if you are a child, like so, and then you, again, whatever time that you do the gibberish, even if it's baby gibberish, you do an equal amount of sitting silently. And then you will find that you will start opening to your own wisdom and your own inner space, which makes you, and this is what meditation is for, to help you find that space that is not disturbed by what is going on. And in these times it's very useful because, of course, there is a lot going on that could disturb us. But everything is coming up for us to see it so that we can see it and then we can be with it. We can find that space inside ourselves that is not disturbed. So that's just one little play that's very easy to do. Of course, there's many other Osho's, has given many Osho meditative practices. These are all practices for us to find the space inside. So go online and go and check the Osho Resort, Osho Meditation Resort, Google it, and there are all Osho meditations. There are many online, and get having a go with them. Because if you make the space inside yourself, and if you're in a house with other people, and you're in lockdown, get together and do a meditation. Have some fun with it, and I would be very interested in your feedback. I think you will find that then you will have your own experience of the space within yourself. And that is the only way to do it. Nobody else can give it to you or talk it to you or really explain it to you. So the best thing is to jump in and have a go. And then if you want to talk to somebody about it, maybe they'll be interested in listening to you, because you're coming from a deeper space of your own understanding, your own wisdom. Anyway, my beloveds, I send you lots of love from here. Looks like maybe I don't even try and get a ticket back to my beloved India until maybe the end of the year. That has to be organised yet. I have a ticket back, but it's not obviously going to be used on the 5th of August, so I will look and see when it's time to go back. And then it may be time to finish my home there in Pune and maybe relocate back to Australia permanently. It's a big move, big step, but taking it one step at a time. Anyway, all of you stay well, and I love you, and give meditation a go. Give some of the meditative practices a go. Gibberish is incredibly simple, because you can just do 5 minutes and then 5 minutes quiet. And you can do it even if you can't do it loud. You can still do it with your body and your face and your... even if you can't use your voice because you've got other people around you and it might disturb them. Fantastic meditation. Anyway, my darlings, I send you lots of love. Have a great day.